In this video, we're going to go over the non-parametric version of the one-way between group ANOVA. It's called the Kruskal-Wallis test. There are other tests for this, but... So again, I'm going to just run the regular ANOVA first. I'm going to go to General Linear Model, Univariato. And my grouping variable is going to go over fixed factors. I'm going to go to industries. So I think there's 4 types of industries in there. So that's one IV with 4 levels. And let's just do quality of life. And normally I pick a lot of these things. I'll just stick to the easy stuff. This checks a couple of the assumptions. Effect size, power, homogeneity of variance. And this will tell us if there's a significant difference between the averages of quality of life, depending on whether they worked in the health, information, financial, construction industries. And there's all the means. And there's some differences in there. Finance, they're kind of high, 29. I guess money makes them happy. Construction, they work too hard, they're not very happy. Or less happy, I guess. And Levine's test did not violate any of the assumptions of the variances being the same, which is good. So now we go down here to our sig value. And the corrected model, it should be the same as the name of the variable because there's only one IV industry. That's the grouping variable. And it was not significant. Okay, now we're going to check the non-parametric version of it, the Kruskal-Wallis. So we're going to go to non-parametric tests. Again, I like the legacy dialogues. And we're going to go to K independent samples. Right? The independent part comes from the groups. Alright, so our test variable is quality of life. Our grouping variable is industry. Which business do they work in? And define range. We have to do 1. Our groups are 1 to 4. This is kind of weird here, but we just do, the minimum to the maximum. It will include all of those in its calculations. So again, there's a couple other tests that you can run here, but we're just sticking to the Kruskal-Wallis. And don't really get those yet, so let's kind of skip those. But again, we go to the asymptotic sig value. Kabam. And it's not less than 0.05. It's 0.436, which is way too high. So you cannot reject the null. So here's another case of a non-parametric test agreeing with a parametric test. So this was how you run a Kruskal-Wallis H test instead of a one-way between group ANOVA. I hope this helps. MGZ out.